Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
Yes, indeed. I'm actually getting breaking news. Breaking news. I'm getting messages as this comes in about the BBC Diversity and Inclusion Plan for 2020 to 23, which apparently talks about Doctor Who. We'll look at that soon. Isn't that interesting? Hello, everybody. How are you? I hope you're all well wherever you are around the world. Is it good morning, good afternoon? Is it Friday afternoon for Saturday? Well, Friday afternoon. It's still Friday afternoon for me. Is it Friday afternoon? Saturday afternoon for you guys? How is everyone? Lots to talk about. Lots and lots to talk about tonight. I got to talk about Purim. That was crazy. I got a lot to catch you up on. There's some crazy stuff. I have some new artwork to show you. So one bit that's reasonably salacious. We like that. We like a bit of salacious artwork. We have a rather good Tom Baker drawing, which I'm quite happy with. That's going on. What else? We got the John Bishop thing. We have Black Superman to talk about. It's why not just make something new? I mean, why not just make something new? That would be the way to go. And I think we need to address the whole null thing. So we'll be doing that. Now, listen. If anybody's licking their lips, how drunk was I? Very, 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 very drunk. Anyone licking their lips for salacious fighting? I don't have anything bad to say about Noel. I just don't. I like him. What can I tell you? I don't have a bad word to say about him. I really don't. I like Noel. I like Cheryl. I think they're absolutely genuinely good and kind people, right? So there's no there's from my end anyway. There is no hard feelings about anything. But we'll talk about that in more detail. Let's talk about Purim first. Talk about Purim. That was crazy, man. Let me show you some of the pictures. 1 second. So okay, fine. These are I've seen a few of these before, but we'll show them again. So Purim is a holiday where one drinks very heavily until one cannot tell the difference between good or evil. Now, if you don't want to get drunk, and there are many of those strange people. Although listen, it's not as much fun when you're older, right? This has been perhaps the best year for me in terms of hangover, right? I mean, I've had some real doozers, but so you have to, you do have to get drunk, or you can just go to sleep. I did both. I'm not a big drinking man. So I'll get into that in a second. So with Purim, we have it was on Friday, which makes it very, very complicated because Friday night is the Sabbath, and Sabbath is logistically a challenging time because that's when you're forbidden from using like electricity or things like that directly. You've got to have the timers set up and things like that. You just got to have things worked out because you've got to have 2 big meals on Sabbath, right? You have 2 Thanksgiving meals, right? So but then you've got to have this festive Purim meal as well, which is where you get drunk, right? And normally you do it later in the day, but you're supposed to be hungry for Shabbos and the Sabbath meal. So we aimed for noon. We aimed for noon. We had steaks, really, really good steak, buffalo. I got pictures. Let me show you the pictures. Share screen. We'll go for application tab. There you go. So we're starting. These are our hummentashing, a triangular pastry dish that takes a piss out of the bad guy of Purim Haman. These are birthday cake ones, which are insane. These are out the hell. I mean, these are got sweet pastry with sprinkles into them as they cooked, and then they are filled with Duncan Hines frosting. It's like the most decadent thing. It's crazy. It's food that gives you an erection and you're not embarrassed about it, because it's that good. It's that good. Another good contender. Oh, this is not a good picture. This is a better picture. There you go. Is the lemon meringue. This is my wife discovered all this year. Is the lemon meringue pie. They're called hummentashing. So in there, again, pastry is just beautiful. It's perfect. There's a nice tart lemon in there with a bit of meringue on top. So freaking good. So you one of the things, 4 things you have to do on Purim is you give gifts of food to your neighbours. So we had a British theme. It's a jolly old British English tea time theme. I think we've been holding off on something for that. It seems an easy one. So we got that thing is there is there's a lengthy blessing after bread, which is printed in that. I give out one every year. They are prized possessions. It's good to be on that list. It's good to be on that list. So we did that, and basically because we had the plates already. There's jam and Wi-Fi cottage cream, but here, so that's a close-up one. Here's a production line, like getting ready. We get 35. And this is my daughter is just like so organized. She's very, very anal. She's a bit crazy. So the little pots of raspberry jam, marmalade and clotted cream, and two scones, some tea, some tea biscuit, some tea sandwiches, I should say. Very good. Yes. So then, where did we go? So then we got out. People gave them to us. This is waffles and where are all the pictures? This one somebody gave us sushi. Lots of drinking. More Hummentaschen. This was a nice one we got from somewhere. Yeah, so we got a lot more. So yeah, so we had steak. Steak was our big thing. We had steak for the main course, and then buffalo wings on the side because you have to live well. And here's the wings being cooked. We also did. Oh no, that's some mushrooms for the steak. And then for dinner, so I started drinking then at this meal. Let's go back to the steak. Let's go back to the sexy steak. There you go. So I started drinking them, right? And I drink tequila. And so I'm pounding. I'm trying to get drunk, right? Finally, I'm like getting there. I'm reasonably like, I'm reasonably there, right? And so I go outside. We have this little kind of like covered over thing called a sukkah. But it's like a little. I'll take a picture and show you some other time. They're out. So we're sitting in there, and my son has some cigarettes, of course. I smoke. I do like to smoke and pour them. So I'm chain smoking, right? And then all his friends there, these 18-year-old friends, I'm telling them that the Messiah is coming and the world's going to completely change and end, right? And here's the thing. Because I was drunk, everybody thought it was cool, right? No, when I say that sober, people are like, what? What's going on? So anyway, so then I'm really chugging the tequila then. It's weird. Time convulses because I saw the bottle of tequila, right? It was about 3/4 full, right? And I came out to the sukkah. And then before I knew it, it seemed to happen really quickly. And I was the only one drinking. It was a quarter full. I was like, whoa. And then I realized I was very drunk. So then I staggered in and made it to my bed, right? Thanks my daughter, my wonderful daughter. Made sure I had a bucket next to me in case I throw up. I made it to bed, right? It's about 3 in the afternoon, 3:30. I wake up, it's 2 in the morning, right? I missed everything. I'm still a bit drunk. I wake up at like 6, I think, and managed to get in pajamas. And I'm like swagging, and like we just got this new bathroom done, a new shower in there with a plate glass. And I'm like thinking, if I trip and go through this glass, I am like, oh God, I hope I cut a vein and get lacerated because I'm so in trouble if that happens. So anyway, so I got swaggering around. Finally, I get into bed, and then next thing I know, I wake up. It's 2 in the morning. If it's like the hottest you can possibly imagine, it's like it's being baked out. Of like my eyeballs are dry. My wife was worried I would be cold. And so she turned the heat on, and like last week it was really cold, right? And we finally had the heat at the right temperature, 22. Put it at 22 on a cold day. That works. It took us a long time to get there, but finally 22. It was on 24, and it's a reasonably warm night. Suddenly winter's over. Like boink! It's like, oh no, springtime! It was like a really pleasant day out. So it was like unbearably hot in my bedroom. So anyway, getting over the hangover was actually kind of easy this year because I didn't have to do anything. This is my first engagement of the day, right? So it was a very nice program. All my kids were home. It's good. Listen, it's so true when you say that. Let's see how it translates to English. When wine goes in, truth comes out. You see the truth of somebody, of soul. And I have to say, I'm very I'm very proud of all my kids. I think they're all really, really good people. I think they're all the best people they could be. My older son, here's the trouble with my older son. I hold him in very, very high regard, right? I really do. I hold him in very, very high regard. So if he's anything less than perfect, I'm disappointed. And like, because he's very okay. Sometimes he's just a bit of a dick. He's just mean to be a dick. And I don't like that. I don't know if he does it. Although, you know, your kids act differently in front of you than they do in front of the world. Like my daughter, I've only ever seen her be my older daughter. I've only ever seen her be a basket case, right? I've only ever seen her be crazy. And so I find it hard to imagine her not crazy because I've only ever seen her be crazy. So the place where she's working, and she's a very accomplished young lady. I have to tell you, she's got herself very, very far in life. Like she's got herself a job, and people were asking, you know, she's very pushes on, you know, far in life, and she's obviously very competent. But I can't reconcile that with the crazy bitch that's constantly before me. Like what? It basically, if you're a single chap, you won't know. Women need a place they can go that they can let themselves go, right? And they just go, so please, if you're a lady on my channel, please feel free to just relax, be who you are, okay? Don't have to pretend. Be who you are. Ladies sometimes need a place where they can go, and that see, men go through it in their mind, women do it in real life. Okay, so just generally speaking, men are weird in different ways. Okay, so I'm not claiming any sexual superiority, other than in technique, obviously. I tell you, the Rabbi Kamamba. So anyway, yeah, my younger son was so sweet, but he was like crying, said, "Oh, I love you, mommy." Oh, you know, just like really being connected to God as well. Kept talking about God. I was like, my older son gets a lot nicer when he's drunk. He's much, because that's who I know he is. I know he's so sweet, right? Here's the thing. I don't like him being, because I know he's so sweet, right? Underneath it, he's so sweet. He's a very competent boy, I tell you. He's a officer in the army. He's got a lot of options ahead of him. Very, very, very competent and an accomplished man. I have to tell you, I'm very impressed. I said my oldest daughter, she got this thing they called Shloch Manot, but it was from our friends who are dentists, who she works for, and they love her. They absolutely love her. They say she does such a freaking awesome job there. So nice. They say she lights up the whole place. It's wonderful. So they got her this thing. They got her like a cup. Like a permanent cup with her name on it, spelled correctly, because you spell her name with 2 P's, right? And the dentist logo. She just felt so special and belonged. Oh, it was really nice. And then my other daughter, she's just a head case. She's very, very fun. She's basically me. She's basically me as a girl, right? And like she's a girly girl, but she was the one who popped in on the last stream. Fine. So listen, let me address a whole Noel thing. So I said don't have a bad word to say about Noel. There are several allegations been made against me. All of them are ludicrous, and I assume Noel knows that they're ludicrous. The first one is that I'm sexually attracted to children. So listen, I went and got images of the model that I used to Photoshop Victoria on, right? Adult Victoria, who's clearly an adult of sexable age, who's a fictional character who doesn't have a vagina. Yeah, all those things. So here's the pictures I found. These are the clean ones, right? And look, let me just tell you. I don't recommend pornography. Anybody? Pornography it will not make you happy in the long term. Okay, it really. Given she's freaking gorgeous. I mean, she is absolutely gorgeous, right? The only reason was the name, Aletta Ocean. That's phone number 6. I can't believe she takes her clothes off and has sex on camera. Because yes, I can see that being. But anyway, my point being this: if you are sexually attracted and you're a male, that means you're normal, right? This is normalcy. Here's the thing: they try and make normalcy abnormal. Because they're weirdos, because they're abnormal, because they're broken inside. So anyway, let's have a look at more of these pictures. You see, look, this is supposed to be, sexually aroused. That's the intention. Now, listen, somebody in the chat, you've got to fill me in. What does Brazzers mean, right? Why the Z's I thought it would be X's. Why the Z's in yellow? Okay, I won't ask how you know, right? I won't ask how you know. But what does it mean? What is it? Because I'm not going there. Okay, I'm not going. Listen, as I said, listen. Porn looks fun. Okay, porn is like really good cakes. They look fun, right? You look like you're going to enjoy them. And then ultimately you feel very kind of icky. This is as dirty as I can really get. I can't do like any more than this. I think this wasn't the picture I used, right? But again, this is highly sexualized imagery, right? Let's be clear. This is definitely high. Yet she's dressed as a schoolgirl. So what is with that? How could a schoolgirl be sexualized? So let's. I think the main reason, is for me anyway. So tell me what they are then. What does it mean? What does Brazza mean? That was Dave Charles through Time, Channel 2, Rosenthal, filling us in. For me, anyway, I think it's because most of our first sexual experiences are with girls dressed in school uniform. At least was for me, wasn't it for you? I kind of assume was that 16-year-old is a porn company. Yeah, I know it's a porn company, but I don't understand listen, Playboy I understand, okay? Hustler I understand. I know what those words mean. But I don't know I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay, whatever. Anyway, inquiring minds want to know. Anyway, so look, most of our first initial sexual experiences, I think, are with again, if you're heterosexual, with people in school uniform, and that just stays with you. Those initial sexual experiences define you to a great extent. So yeah, I find this very hot, right? I find this a little bit too hot, right? This is a bit more than I can deal with, right? And this is the absolute limit. But yeah, and I think that's normal, right? That's normative. I think it's supposed to excite you, sexually excite you. That was the joke. So let's put this in context, right? They just done something terrible. They just done something absolutely awful. They ended the watch-alongs. After destroying the watch-alongs, they ended the watch-alongs, right? Merck said, I'll fill you in as we go along. He's a very good. Noel's a very nice man. Okay, that's who Noel is. They had these things called wash-alongs. We were washing them together, and it was right. And then Paul Cornell came in and I kind of ruined it. But they actually destroyed it with their pure bile and hatred. Right? There's real bile. And just stay tuned. You got more eye candy coming. Got good eye candy on today's show. Where was it? It was I forgot where I was. Oh yeah, so they destroyed the wash-alongs. They knew. So I took the piss out of them. Let me remind you. Let me find that thumb. Let me remind you how I took the piss out of them. Right, and this is what I believe they're enraged about. Right? Is it this one? 1 second. What are these ones? It's just opening up on preview. Slowly. Very slowly. Oh, there you go. That's the one. Yeah. So let me open this up. Yeah. So I took the piss out of them, right? Because I think they had it coming. Those Nazi cunts. Yeah. I just do. And I think it's good to take the piss out of them. So anyway, this is Miss Ocean with Victoria said, clearly adult Victoria, you creepy weirdos, and I do not care what your swatty little nerd Wikipedia said. I don't give a shit, okay? You're weirdos. And yeah, that's really the problem. The problem is they crave validity, right? That's what they crave on it, validity, and this is invalid. So I was mocking them for the absurdity of their position. Rabbi, won't this make the Twitter psychos awfully cross? Yes, it will, says angry Jody Bear, making her first appearance. And yes, it did. They did not like it. They don't like being treated the way they treat others. They don't like it at all. So the initial charges, I am sexually attracted to young girls. I think I like, quite often, if you're talking about what turns me on, the woman we were looking at, somebody who was a little bit booby, okay? That's kind of booby and curvy. You don't get that on a 12-year-old, right? So I'm not really... in fact, I have to tell you, the first thing I hated about Wonder Woman 84, the first thing I hated was... how you kind of got a tease you're gonna get some male gaze stuff as you like pan across the Amazons, all in tight spandex. They're a bit utilitarian, but I think we can work something. I think this could be stroking material. What's going on? And suddenly you get an 8-year-old Wonder Woman in spandex. There's nothing that kills the the spank time than an 8-year-old in spandex. Okay, so yeah, no, I am not into kids. That's just the way it is. And your intimation is an evil one. It's an evil that's normally practiced by racists. Now, I don't know if that's your intention. I don't know if you are racist. I do not know what's inside your heart. I do know you are the worst people in the history of our species. And I absolutely mean it. And I'm reasonably knowledgeable. Unlike you pig ignorant shits, I'm reasonably knowledgeable. So here's the thing. I don't care. I can't conceive of a world, right? I cannot conceive of a world where anything they say matters. And I really mean that. I just like, who cares, right? Who cares? I can't conceive a world where anything these idiots say matter. I mean, like what's his name? Mr. TARDIS, like lying. He's like, Mr. TARDIS is a racist. Let's be clear. Mr. TARDIS is a racist. He is a denier of the Jewish experience of racism from their leader, Jeremy Corbyn. They have said it's a disingenuous lie, politically motivated. Yeah, it's the absolute definition of racism. Mr. TARDIS is an open racist, and his followers are too stupid to understand that. But I don't care what it. So he tweets this meme out. I can't even remember. It was not very good. I tweets it out, and he had 3 people like comment. Like, who cares? These are 24 psychos on Twitter. Whenever I hear them, and I'm not joking, I'm just imagining they're the 3-year-old red-faced, screaming young children, right? These 3 are screaming and having a tantrum and not being allowed to tantrum, not being able to scream their range out and find they're useless, right? And I look at them, I just find them useless. Now I understand they do target bomb people, and I'm sure they do it to me. But here, look, the reason why I'm not scared of them, really, and the reason why I'm not scared of much is I believe in God, right? And it's a get out of jail free card, but it works. Like, I believe in God, and I believe God wants me to be the best me I can be, right? And everything he does is for my good, right? I believe that. I genuinely believe that. So there's nothing out of me. Like, let's say they do attack my channel and I lose the channel. Okay, that's what God wants, right? That's where I am in life. So I don't care. I don't care what Mr. Nutsack says. He was only 8 when the Unicorn Remorse was on. I just realized, he's like that red-faced tantruming child, right? That's all he is. I see him as being utterly powerless. The only way to feed them is to endorse them, is to pretend they do have power. And I think that's where Noel and I do disagree. I think the reason they go after him, because Noel is affected by what they say. It seems to me he's affected by what they say sometimes, right? I'm not. I'm just not. I just don't care. I so don't care. It's so irrelevant. There's a bunch of 24 children who are having a tantrum, right? What does it matter? What does it matter? I've owned them so much over and over and over again. There has started a hashtag, the Rabbi's Over Party. I'm still here. Like, really? That was your best shot? You pussies. Really? That's all you got? So anyway, quite recently, I think that the heat was too much for Noel. I think it's a mistake. I think validating them in any way empowers them. I think everything else depowers them. So I think it was a mistake, but that's what we did. I am not, again, I don't have a bad word to say about him. No, I do not have a bad word to say about him. I think it's time for like the channel to like move on anyway, kind of, you know. It's I was kind of like, I wanted to like redefine myself somewhat as my own entity, and I think I'm basically there. I need to do that, you know. I want to like do more. I want to be, look, basically, if I can be somewhere between Ethan Van Sciver and Nerdrotic, I mean, they're certainly in subs. No, but in tone, right? If I can be between those two, right? Where I'm like a Doctor Who fan who's interested in other stuff, right? Who makes comics, right? If I can make, that's what I'm interested in. That, and you get my sparkling commentary. So yeah, so listen, yeah, I can just, it frees everybody up. I have no ill will. I'm sorry. I'm just not mad. I have no ill will to anyone. You know, we disagree. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Everybody can, you know, have anybody they want on their channel. You know, be grateful for everything you have, right? Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for the time that you had. Right, and I am. It was fun. It was fun, and it gave me a great start. So I'm very grateful. You know, I'm very grateful to know, and I always will be. Fine. Oh, let's talk about one other thing. It's a sin. It's been said that I said in my review of that AIDS was a gay plague brought by God against gay people. Right? That's nonsense. I specifically said not that in any way, shape, or form. I said. Well, we can go into a little bit deeper here if you want. I said that it was in sharp the lifestyle that was represented in episode 1, where they were having rampant sex with everybody all the time, right? I think that's wrong. Okay, I think it's just my opinion, right? That's a biblically based opinion. I think that's wrong. I may know differentiation between gay sex or straight sex. Like I said, if anybody lives their life like they're living a porn movie, I personally think it's wrong. That's my opinion. That's my opinion on what the biblically based morality is. So I never said it's a gay place. So there's one, but you know why I think it was a hot button issue. This is one of the reasons the nut sex were really going for me, right? Is the it does clearly, the Bible does clearly prohibit same-sex relation. I mean, I don't know. I like very, very clearly. So listen, I got one guy very upset who I think is a gay Christian, which is fine. That's groovy. I have no idea how you reconcile those two things. It's great that you have. I personally don't know how to. For me, that's like, you know, the rabbinic bacon appreciation society. You know, which boy would I love to join. But yeah, fine. But like again, yes, I'm sorry. Listen, if I was God, I don't really have that problem with it. But I actually think that's really why it was that's why it came, right? That's why I read it. So I think it was because I can't work out anything wrong with it. That society had reached that point that we had so strayed from traditional biblical values that we couldn't even conceive of why they would be right. I think if those biblical values are indeed based in reality, right, and there is a God, I'm not telling you there is, if it seems reasonable to me that God might enact a plague to stop that activity, or the worst of that activity that in his eyes. Okay, I'm sorry, it's just what it is, mate. I I don't care who you sleep with or who turns you on. I don't think it's any of my business, right? Listen, I'm happy for you. If you're a gay guy and you go, oh, that guy's hot, I'm happy that you've seen a hot guy. I really am. Like my I call them my aunts. They're not really, but they were lodgers at my grandmother's house when I was a kid, right? These two lesbians, this lesbian couple, actually. We didn't know they were a lesbian couple, right? We thought they were friends because it was the 70s and we didn't know. And then in 2000 they got married. I'm like, well, I guess they were lesbians then. And again, I think gay marriage is something that's fundamentally broken the world. I do. And just to be clear, I think having gay couples not having the same rights as straight couples is messed up, right? I do. I think it's hypocritical. I think it's hypocritical. But I think having calling it marriage is a big problem. And I know a lot of people don't see it that way, but I think that's what really broke the world, right? And it's been about 5 years since then, and I think the repercussions of that are about 4 or 5 weeks away. I mean, the beginnings of the repercussions of that. I think we're not going to see them for another very interesting 18 months. I'll put it that way. Anyway, so yes, I'm sorry. I'm not saying it's a gay plague. I'm saying something much more adult than that. Right, something more, something more complex than that. That it was a plague against a promiscuity that was in variance to the biblical values of sex. Right, striking it at its worst part. Which, if that was predominantly gay, that was predominantly gay. I don't know. I listen. It seems that it seems kind of wild, right? You know that upsets God, but that's just the way it is. It's nothing to do with me. It really isn't. I just happen to believe the package that has that in it. So there you are, right? And it's not. And I'm not gleeful about it. I'm not like, oh yeah, I get to hate that, because you're not allowed to hate anybody. I mean, you're supposed to hate this nation called Amalek. But they're basically the artsies. Not the business. So fine, let's get to we've got a couple of things to show you. Where's that new art card? 1 second, let me find this. It was over here somewhere. We're going into comics. We're going to Indiegogo Imperium. Did I not download it already? That's my mistake. 1 second. I think it's in my emails. Is it in my emails? Let me see here. High resolution. Oh, there we go. So it's not entirely finished. It's got a little bit of work to do in it, but I think I will. I think it's ready to show you guys. Lock and load, baby. Where'd it go? What? Where'd it go? I just went dunk, and now I can't find the bloody thing. Okay, what? No. Oh, is this it? Yes, I found it. So here we got. We got. Oh, why don't I just put it over here? This is better. I go like over here. There you go. Fine. Lock and low, baby. Lock and low. There we go. So that's so Dominic made a mistake. This was supposed to be a $20 sketch, right? Dominic worked it up into a full drawing. So I said, listen, it was a mistake. I'll swallow the cost. I'll pay for it. And so I'm going to give this as a print, right? I think this is going to be a print. Definitely go to the Canadians. Canadian backers, Canadian shipping is coming. I believe it's going to be $20 or $25. I'm not sure where is coming. You will all get refunds on your shipping. If I could send you the refund via PayPal rather than via Indiegogo, that's better because it keeps the amounts up for me. That'd be great. That'd be great. But yeah, that's coming. And same with Australia. I think Australia, where I'm locked and loaded, right? The Australian shipping is going to be was it $25 or $27? I think something like that. But we're taking a fair amount off it. But boy, do they charge a lot more to print on Australia. They really do. So I have to A/B it, see which is more expensive. I might mail them from England, right? Because mailing them to Australia from England isn't that bad. Fine. So I just missed a bunch of the chat. I gotta get back. Fine. Darren Emerson, how you doing? I always make you hungry, baby. Everybody wants a piece of the rabbi. Stefan Amaru says flake bars in Israel. Obviously, oh yes, we have. Oh yes, I got to try and snag one before it goes. There's just it's being whittled down, but there was just like a barrage of candy and cakes and all this like just wonderful stuff people gave us. It's really nice. You invited us. I haven't had a party. Oh man, It was crazy. I'm telling you, I was there with the like a bunch of 17, 8-year-old, 18-year-olds. We're drinking away. It was half. Yeah, we had a lot of people to feed. What you described as gender neutral is like me being is like me and my upbringing. I did not love dresses, and I was not for exactly. You're just a normal bloody person, says Isla Blockheimer. So the crazies don't understand because they're not normal people. They are not normal people. But you know what? You know what normal people do like? I'll tell you something normal people do like. They like for the male gaze cars. And we have a new one. We're going to unveil now, and we're going to keep it up while we read that. It's not this one. This one is very good. This one is, I would say excellent. It's absolutely wonderful. It is, in fact, this one. Oh boy, it's Deanna Troy. I'm sensing strong emotion, Captain. I'm sensing strong emotion, Captain. Yes. And suddenly, again, the psychos hate watching. They get scared because they're seeing a sexy woman. They're like, my pants are shrinking. I don't understand. Yes, I understand. Disaster is alien is here. The toughest time is a good time. Steph Hammer is here. Eastern Buckheim is here. PD Rich is here. How are you doing? So it should have been. Well, yeah. I try not to smoke weed on Purim. It's you're supposed to do alcohol, right? You want to eat out, boy? There's still a time. Oh, for the meal I missed, my wife made corn dogs. Let me show the picture of the corn dogs. 1 second. I'm sorry, Councillor Troy. Okay, we'll be back to you in a minute. But people are hungry. They want to know more. Where's the corn dogs? That's the buffalo wings are freaking incredible. They were out there just off the charts. Here are the corn dogs. They were really. I haven't had one. They look really good. People are trying to snag one tonight. So that's the other thing they had. They had this Cadbury caramel instead of a flakes on some of them. So that's freaking awesome. That was freaking awesome. Let's go back to more important weighty matters. There you go. Again, this sexy women wards off the crazes. They get scared. My pants are shrinking. I don't understand. I understand. James Times. Hello, Rabbi. Everybody, how you doing? That was Wayne Jiang. How you doing? 8-bit Snick Boy. Schnick. Hopefully Cameron's chocolate isn't crabbo. Oh no, Cameron's chocolate is wonderful everywhere. Cameron's ain't Cameron's. It's pretty good. I'm looking at how many times that the end of the world has been predicted since I was TJ, let alone before. I understand, but it's the first time I have. Okay, this is 100% the first time I predicted the end of the world. It's the end of the world. But it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be the end of this world, right? Which is not a good one, right? I think it's going to be all groovy afterwards. We're going to beat our swords into plowshares, and we're all going to be, be hippies and make teepees out their dares. I think it's going to be. All we got to do is just be nice to each other. Just be nice to each other. And if you believe in God, talk to God. If you don't believe in God, consider the possibility there's a God. That's what I'm saying. But if anybody's a staunch atheist and wants to have a friendly chat, more than welcome. Like I'll answer anything, right? Absolutely anything. You will not offend. I mean, as long as it's not, but intentionally offensive, you will not offend me. I'll do that pretty much about anything. Everything. Chocolate Gate should be. Well, that's pretty good. PD Rich is here. But I think I said hello to PD Rich right now. I'm whizzing through it. Derek Mattis, how you doing, sir? I like to drink, but I am after all. I'm Irish after all. Well, I just couldn't. I'm not good. I drank for about 2 to 3 hours before passing out for like 13. It was like that bit in was it Tropic Thunder where the bad guys like trip and fall into a big pile of like heroin, and he said, "Don't worry, he'll just sleep for 17 hours and he'll be fine." Man, hearing you speak lifts my spirit. You are so joyful about your family. Oh, they are. Listen, they were really lovely. They were absolutely lovely. I am very blessed. I really am. As Dillinger is here. What's going on? Mark say, who's no, not again. No is you heard the whole story. You know, I was appearing on his channel occasionally. I will not be for the in the future. Please see the was it the appending story, right? I lost my virginity at 16 while dressed in my school. Yeah, exactly. So did we all. For God's sake. Oh God. But again, these virgins don't understand that because they're virgins. I'm not meaning it. One sec. We've got an answer from Brazzers. 1 second. What's going on here? According to the Urban Dictionary, a brazzer is an Irish slang or a vulgar word for a female prostitute. Okay. That all makes sense. That all makes sense. Thank you very much. There is nothing Darren M cannot answer. You are the greatest producer, right? You really are. You're the greatest, and you do it for so many channels. No idea what brazzers mean. However, brassier is a huzzy. Well, there you go. Yeah, we're agreeing. I guess if anybody was considering unsubbing to Noel's channel because just don't. Just don't. Absolutely don't. I haven't. So, you know. There we go. Maywell 23, how are you, sir? With Rex, I do not remember seeing it. Jeremy Coleman is back in his allotment. Yeah, well, he can stay there. Snake Boy, we're doing pretty good. Svi, they smeared you, and it does not matter. They are, yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter. That's the thing. It's 12 psychos on Twitter. I mean, it really is this time. 12 psychos on Twitter. They made up a hashtag, the Rabbi's cancel party, and 6 people used it. I mean, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. I wish they realized how incredibly insignificant they are. Yeah, so you really okay, whatever, dude. It's worth pointing out, Shadow Labour Angela today congratulated the party's first ethnic minority leader for the Scottish Labour Party, totally ignoring just really Ed Miliband. Well, Ed Miliband, they, in all fairness, I think most of the party's trying to forget him. Even though, you know, geez, in hindsight, not so bad. Like, really, who would you rather have run the country over the last, batch of 5 prime ministers? I don't think Ed Miliband would be that bad, quite frankly. You know, I would still go with Blair, even though, you know, yeah, walk around, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, Bobby D 75 is here. Yeah, walk around, you know, things get crazy. You never know what happens. We're thinking through the chat. Raymond Williams, how you doing? I used to be an atheist until I became a new religion. Fanatical in their belief. Well, there you go. That's yeah. Well, they did, didn't they? Listen, but I don't mind what anybody believes. You know, says Geek Tropology. This end of the world is the most boring one possible. Exactly. You're so right. It's apocalypse via social media. It's embarrassing. Jeez. I mean, we have got to be the biggest losers in reality ever, right? You have all the alternate dimensions. We are the Arnold Rimmer of realities. I want a Godzilla, and we got brain dead. So I know. I so fundamentally agree with you, Creepology. You are so right. We live, we die. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I'm not able to play one on TV. I actually say that a lot. I'm not a rabbi, but I play one on TV. Senegal 24 is here. Just jump. I still watch the watch along sometimes. But listen, I look, I don't know. My theory is that the drama is probably going to continue, and it's going to be not really happen for me, right? Because it just. I don't know. Listen, I assume they attacked my channel. They targeted it maliciously, but whatever. You know, there's nothing I could do about it, and certainly pretending that they matter in any way. What? It's just so crazy. But you know, maybe they're right. This time, maybe time will tell. You know, I don't know. Yeah, even though I despise them for many reasons, I'm still exactly. I mean, just go through them. I mean, okay. Ace Rimmer. I'm an atheist, didn't believe in God as a child, don't believe in God now, but I always have a fascinating religion in its many forms. Yeah, I hear that. I've never judged people, but yeah, exactly. Look, arseholes are everywhere. Arseholes are everywhere. I always said Marina Sotis was just a West End slammer. Yeah. Well, we're not gonna use that as the caption for the card, right? We're not gonna use that. It does look very good, doesn't it? Now that's number 5 in the male gaze. If we get we got a long way to go. Well, I think we'll do it. If we get 10 grand, we're going to do another 5, right? But this print for free, I think it's going to the Canadians. The Canadians who bought at this price will get this print for free because I'm so sorry they bought it at this price, and I'll refund you the bloody difference. Listen, if you want to leave the difference as a donation, I'll take it. I'm not going to pretend that's beyond me, but I'm tired. I have no imagination. I will. Isn't this groovy though? I really like this. Maybe I should get him to a Capaldi next. What do you guys think? Is anybody saying? 20, it's gone down. Yeah, in the Indiegogo. Let's have a look. I haven't even refreshed it since Sabbath. Yeah, we're up to 90 backers. Very exciting. We're chugging along to the first stretch goal, which is 5 more pages in the Imperium. I can't imagine we're not going to get there. On the plus side, your subscribers are going up. Must be doing something. Well, again, I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing, right? I'm kind of like developed my niche with this, and just by the way YouTube works, if I just keep doing what I'm doing, in a year from now I'll be like 10,000 subscribers or 20,000. In 2 years I'll be getting close to 100,000, right? It's just I'm gonna keep doing this, and that's the trajectory. Marina Sotis does not like Texas. Listen. Yeah, look. Let's go back here for a second. I went to the wrong file. Where is it? I got to find it now. I got too much open on my desk. Oh, there we go. That's the one. Listen. She wasn't bad as Counselor Troy. Interesting character. I have nothing against Counselor Troy. I liked her because she was super hot, right? So honestly, I don't expect anything to be going on in your head. But don't open your mouth and remove all doubt. Okay, don't open your mouth and prove you're a freaking moron, right? That's probably best. I'm probably going to touch us up a little bit along with touch it up along with this. I often do a teeny tiny bit of digital editing on his stuff, and it really does help. It really makes things work a lot better. I just think the placement of the head might need a teeny tiny bit of work. Let's go back to Counselor Troy. What's going on? Fine. Let's look at the thumbnail. Let's look at the thumbnail. Oops. A second. I just dropped my phone. One second. Getting messages. Everything's happening at once. Everything's happening at once. Right. Okay. So I hope I just got a mess about thing. I hope I explained myself clearly there. So yeah, as I said, it's a sin. Was pretty clear. was pretty clear. Let's find the thumbnail. The thumbnail is. So I remember what we're doing. Okay, so we got to do the the John Bishop story, Screen Rant. WandaVision I haven't watched yet. Snowpiercer was brilliant. Really love Snowpiercer. Superman and Lois also very good. I was really impressed with Superman and Lois. Would not have watched it had not everybody raved about it. I am glad they did. It is worth your time. It is certainly worth your time. It is. It's a very new take on Superman. It's taking Superman to a new place. This is like you see his life, that he's married, he has kids, right? So I'm like, fine, okay. But they told that little story really, really nicely, right? And it was interesting. It was an interesting story. The Superman was very Superman-y. He always seemed very slight to me, in the in the trailers, right? He always seemed very what's the word? Just not like bulky enough for Superman. Here he worked, right? He worked. The suit worked. Everything worked, right? It was. It understood Superman. It seemed like they are making an effort, right? And it didn't seem like relentless wokeness, right? I don't even remember noticing any wokeness. Be honest with you. So yeah, look, Superman and Lois, definitely worth your time on the first episode. Haven't seen this week's Resident Alien yet. Haven't seen WandaVision yet. I don't really care. That's the thing. The whole MCU, the MCU, I don't really care. That's really the book. I just don't really care. So it's like, okay. I mean, it's so obvious to me where they're going. I can't believe not everybody doesn't see it, but it's so obvious where they're going with this. It's like, okay, you're following the same trope as every other franchise that's imploded, right? You're like literally everyone. Okay, fine. The woman playing Monica Rambeau or Maria Rambeau, whichever it is charismatic, is attractive. 100%, which is a good idea, right? A good idea. It's just so obviously going to the MCU, right? There's no real question about that, right? There's no real question about that. There was a convention 25 years ago, and Colin Baker was very grumpy and didn't want to sign. Really, that's terrible. He did though. So Nicola Bryant will not send signed photos. Tom might if he asked his agent. Okay, I'm not going to ask Nicola Bryant I would ask her for an interview. I would love to interview Nicola Bryant, right? Because like honestly, what is it being like a low rent sex symbol, right? Okay, it's like you imagine a sex symbol. You're flying in like private jets, and but like you're probably sharing a dressing room in like Clapton. It's not. It's like really, and you're a sex symbol. It's just like. How does that did you consider that? Did you consider the effect on the psyche of the world around you, which was well, to me anyway, it was quite dramatic. I was like, quite dramatic. How dramatic? How dramatic? Let me show you how dramatic that was. Where's the I keep finding the file. Oh, here's the file. How dramatic is it? That's how dramatic. I think that's pretty darn dramatic, quite frankly. Pretty darn dramatic. Fine. Nicola Bryant said you just get a restraining order. Well, there is that. There is that. Man. Well, maybe I'll just leave her alone, right? Yeah, but that sounds like a much better idea. Why don't I just leave Nicola Bryant alone? I have my picture. We're all fine, okay? I got my beer in the sideboard here. I'll let Mother sort it out if I come around here. Fine. Now let's start looking at articles. Let's go. I haven't really looked at anything this week since the Sabbath ended. Well, let's go to Radio Time. A bit of Radio Times. Always good for a laugh. Always good for a laugh. Also, we have a Screen Rant article to look at. Lots of fun for all the family. Where do I go? Go share screen. Share screen. And this time it's a Chrome tab. It is Radio Times. Let's see what's going on in the Radio Times. Alex Winter on as unorthodox Zappa and the joy of revisiting Bill and Ted. Oh god, Superman reboot on the way from Star Wars and lost J.J. Abrams. That sounds bearable. John Barron would love to see a transgender. John. Shh. No. Be quiet, John. Be quiet. We like you, okay? We like you. I'm going to let this go on. I'm going to do a video on it. Let's see how long it is. This is probably tomorrow's video. John. Let's see. hardly enough to make a video on even. Bloody hell. I mean, like, it's a nothing article about nothing. John Bishop reveals he originally turned down Doctor Who. Smart man. But I generally feel bad for this guy, right? I mean, like, it's not his fault. Right? I mean, it's totally not this. I mean, I don't know, maybe it is. But, like, he seems enthused, right? He seems excited. I just feel bad for him. That's really the bottom line. I just feel bad for him. John Bishop reveals he originally turned down Doctor Who. Smart man. The comedian signed up to play the Doctor's companion. For how many episodes? My guess 4. 4. Doctor Who fans are excited to meet the new companion when the series returns, as John Bishop will join the show in the role of Dan. Although they did preview him, so they've already recorded his material. You'll think anybody would jump at the chance to film in the TARDIS. Well, Bishop, not this one. Bishop was reluctant. Yeah, why? Because he had a brain. Speaking at a Zoom event, an evening with John Bishop, he admits he turned down the part before lockdown inspired him to reconsider. What? I need money. Did he just say that? Desperation led me to, okay, lockdown forced you to so you're a comedian and you needed a job. Okay, fine. Okay, this has to be a video for tomorrow. Are you kidding me? He just said I needed a job, and that's how I got. That's why I took it. Okay, I was desperate, and so I said yes. Okay, very good, very good. It sounds like the role of a lifetime. Let's see if we can decode any more of this. I met writer Chris Chibnall, and he had this idea and this character. Bishop explains by Cult Box. He's seen me in a few things. I want to know if I'll be interested in Doctor Who. I was flattered, but the problem was I was on tour when they were meant to be filming. So although I fancied it, I had to say no. Although when the COVID happened, lockdown arrived, so I made a phone call. Unfortunately, they had moved their filming days. And thank God I had a job because I needed to pay for the bloody mortgage. It fits in perfectly. I'm doing Doctor Who up until July, and then I go on the road again in September. Okay, good for you, mate. Good for you. So that's not so July. How many months is that? He did January, February. It's like 6-7 months. It's a 10-month shoot, so he must not be in all episodes, right? So that's for just volume wise, he's in 6 episodes. He's in 60%, and we've got only 8. So, oh man, God, let me do the math. One second. Here we go. Okay. We have 8 episodes divided into 100 times 60. 4.8 episodes. Okay, so that's it. He's in 5 episodes. Okay, fine. We have our answer. There you go. 5 episodes. But it's like Christian was approached. Despite Chibnall approaching Bishop for the role, the comedian explains that it wasn't a done deal. I had to do various audition calls and all that. Yeah, because you just had the other suits had to sign off on it, right? That's all. If else, any genuine oversight going on in the show. Do you think it'll be as awful as it was? Occasionally, just in their scattergun effect, they do hit something that isn't awful. The Cybermen design, very, very good, very strong. But despite approaching Bishop for the blah blah blah, he remembers then I had to go down to Cardiff and audition with Jodie Whittaker and thought, this is serious. If only Jodie Whittaker would think that. As reported in Cult Box, Bishop says he's been choosy about the roles he picks as he moves on to stand up to acting. I didn't want to do the comedic acting because I don't think I am very good. I'm very good at it. There are some brilliant, some people being brilliant at comedy actors. Well, listen, comedy apparently is the hardest form. I mean, it makes sense. Will be the hardest form of acting. You know, to make if you're not a funny person, that's gonna be wild, right? And if you're a comedian and you think there's, I mean, look, you have someone. If you have a stand-up comedian like somebody like Dave Lister, I mean, what was it Craig Charles, right? He feeds off the audience, right? And you can feel like the whole Red Wolf crew like feeding off the audience, even though so that his comedy chops was really what made up for his lack of acting ability. Whereas Chris Barry his acting ability made up for his lack of comedy chops, right? If you think about it. Love Red Dwarf. I do hope they managed to work out all those issues. As I ordered, Coldbox said he's choosing about the wrong blah 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 blah. Some people are brilliant comedy. Okay, fine. If you're a comedian, I think there's a perception. If you're acting at something that's meant to be funny, it will be funny all the way through, and you'll be dropping in gags. Okay. With that in mind, Bishop concedes the role in Doctor Who doesn't quite fit in with his strategy. I want to do straight dramatic acting. So do I hit a show when you get chased by aliens? He laughs. Well, that's the way. Listen, I'm always the optimist, mate. I mean, I am always the optimist. Maybe it'll be good. Like, again, I don't know. Sorry, I have a bad feeling about the interview. We'll end in. Don't you ever? Yes. That's inside. That's P.D. Rich. You come from a crystal ball, seeing into a future of another reality where that's exactly what happened. Right? That's exactly what happened. One second. Let's go through it. What's going on? Jonathan Cox is here. How are you? I'll stick with BritBox. Okie dokie. No, he was probably on the BBC retainer, and they ordered him to do something to lose. I don't know. I can't be that much press ganging, right? I mean, I don't know. Isn't it? Is leaving. Well, I think I just lost her. Did Jodie give him acting lessons or a lecture on the show, or just a lecture on why he's bad? Because you're a man. You're a bad, evil man. We don't like those. Skimmer says sitcom acting is one of the toughest. It's about timing. Yeah, exactly. I do. Yeah, 100% agree. Hear that. So you reckon? Don't go bashing the bishop. Lol. Well, that does sound like we're talking in code, doesn't it? It's going to have a bit of bashing the bishop. Okay, let's have a quick look at Bound in the comics, right? Because I haven't actually looked at the news. This is the important news. I know the Superman story we're going to look at. Amber Heard fired from Aquaman 2 over breach of contract. Sony announces closure of okay, don't care. This J.J. Abrams Superman sounds awful, right? Demi Lovato was in the Daily Stupid, and Demi Lovato isn't hot. I was quite taken aback when I was like, what happened to Demi Lovato? I mean, like, I remember she was hot, and now she's scary. I mean, like, okay, why would you do that? Fine, Superman. So, George R.R. He's just trolling fans at this moment, right? I mean, basically announces new HBO project as Winds of Winter remains unfinished. He's basically trolling fans, right? We got more Disney bashing. I love that. New action comedy Transformers series being created for Nickelodeon. That sounds awful. I saw the still from the Star Trek progeny. Oh my god, we're going to look at that in a second. Yeah, that's the next thing we're going to pull up. It's I'm surprised nothing about it yet. About it? No. Okay, fine. Let me do Star Trek progeny. Here we go. Let's have a look. Oh, there's a whole trailer. Dang, is it long? I mean, if it's not a long trailer, I don't know. Will we get copyright struck? Let me see how long it is before I play it. This looks like garbage. Oh man, this looks really bad. Oh boy. Oh, I think it's probably a video, don't you? Big news, Star Trek fans. First peek at our Prodigy Bridge crew. Thank you, Memory, and all the artists and Nick Animation for bringing this crew to life. How is this a bridge crew? What the hell? I mean, okay, I'm just enlarging the picture. What the hell is this garbage? Oh my god! Like, okay, when you see it in okay, I'm going to show you a blow up version of it. This is god. Oh my god! It's is this it? Yeah, this is one. Like, look at this. Like, what the hell? how would you know this is Star Trek? All right, like how would so you got like can we zoom in? Yeah, I'll say. Let me save the picture and I'll open up. It's like, what the hell? I'm a little bit taken aback. I am honest. I'm like, what the hell? 1 second. So we stop that one, and we'll do this. This is. I mean, like what? We got to zoom in and look at these things, right? Fine. Right, fine. So, what? Like, where's this? Like, what? How? There's no Starfleet insignia. What? Why is he a mechanic with robot arms? And then you got this one again. What's this got to do with Star Trek? I don't understand. Like, and then you got a robot like we've never seen in Star Trek before, all beat up and like. Oh look, there's a guy like Yaphet from the Orville. I mean, I've really got to watch that by tomorrow. Oh look, it's a smiling transish. God knows. And then this guy, what? And why has it got a little baby face? The big monster. Like, why does it have a baby face? What is wrong with these morons? Like, what about this is in any way connected to Star Trek, right? I mean, like, literally God. Listen, if I'm right, the apocalypse is coming. We're all dodging a bullet. Okay, we're all dodging a bullet. This looks awful. I mean, like, oh man, that is really, really, really bad. Fine, let's go back. Go from my screen. Go from my screen. Here you are. You're banished forthwith. Let's. I think we need better. I need something to soothe your tired eyes. So here, let me help you. So much better. So much better. Yeah, good science fiction at its best. Science fiction at its best. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you for your help. But you know what? I'm in a more comic booky mood right now. So don't even think it, Citizen. Don't even think it, Citizen. Very wonderful piece of artwork there by Dominic Rasho. Can be yours. For when you join my when you back my Indiegogo. 5 cards now. 5. Well, fifth one you have to pay for unless you join the mailing list somehow, right? Yeah, they're so ruining of the awful. It's awful. It's just like it's unspeakably awful, right? It's so bad. Fine. So I was going to look at Screen Rant next. Screen Rant. Yeah. Let's have a look. We'll do Doctor Who. Boink. There we go. More dumping on Chris Chibnall. Like now they are just like going after him all the time now about everything because he's become cancelable because he's the stunning and brave Jodie Whittaker is going. Well, they said they're going. For the male gaze were drawn by somebody else. Dominic Rasho did them all. Judge Anson one's really nice. Okay, it's really good. Maybe we should do them as posters. I don't know. It sounds but the bigger they are, the better they are. And I say that many ways. That's my basic view on life, which is why it's so strange to say I'm attracted to underage girls. Yeah, no, I like the boobies. I think I was very clear. I like the boobies. That's it. I don't know how to deny that. It seems to be weird to deny that, right? Because it just seems life size. There you go. I'm not into that sort of thing. Like Jodie Whittaker is too flat for me. Just like I'm not interested. Also, like, she repulses me now because she does such a horrible job with Doctor Who. But there you go. In 2020, Doctor Who's New Year special unit was terminated due to Brexit. Yes, we do remember. Was it a mistake of Doctor Who to cut unit to make a statement? No. Do you remember we all talked about this? And you told us, we're just bigots. By the way, it was where was this thing on Twitter? This thing, somebody added me in this thing. Where was it? It was so funny. It was so dumb. These guys are just dumb. Oh, here we go. Like, okay, so when I posted my thumb of this one, somebody retweeted this back at me. I tweeted this back at me, and I was like, "What? Nobody talked about, your yes, I dislike Jodie Whittaker. I think it's a terrible era. Nobody was talking about that. They were talking about you being horrible, racist bigots that caused you to lose something. Remember? You remember the watch-alongs that were ended because of your bigotry? Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah. So this is the TARDIS for one episode and really wasn't. And this is also the TARDIS. So yeah, your first example's a really bad one. You're really, really bad one. But I appreciate the picture of Nicola Bryant in pink. Yeah, I do appreciate it. That's very good. That's very, very good. This is the Master. This is also Master. That time it worked. Yes, that time it did indeed work because the writing was what we call a very, very good. That time really worked. This is the Doctor. This is also the Doctor. I thought so. I thought she would be when she was wearing that outfit. I said, yeah, sounds like she could be. I had no reason to think she wasn't. She's acted in a way that the Doctor doesn't act. She's a coward. She's a moral midget. She's not a good person. She's an idiot. What how does okay? If she's a Doctor, could she please act like Doctor? Get over it. No, I'm not going to get over your destruction of another thing. So you can feel good about yourself while you go and destroy something else. We can all have our own favorites, but to claim a show about change shouldn't change. No. Okay, so should the Doctor be a lump of shit? Right? Should change is change. All change is good. Should the Doctor be a lump of shit? Right? Why not? Change is change, baby. Well, that's just stupid. No. You're just stupid. You are. You are just stupid. That's it. I'm just. That's the only way to really describe you. Okay. So there you go. Chrome Tap. There we go. Doctor Who season 13 needs to find a way to bring back UNIT, fixing the erroneous decision to cut the task force. In 2020 New Year special, Doctor Who put an end to UNIT in order to make a political statement about Brexit. Yeah, you remember how they denied that, relentlessly, right? Why would you deny that? Non-freaking stop, right? It's just crazy. Where was it? Unit termination resolution surely raise the stakes. Not really. I mean, I disagree. I don't think it really raised the stakes that much. It was just a throwaway gag because Brexit's bad. Surely raise the stakes for the Doctor and her friends. Cutting the organisation was irresponsible move. Unit also known as the Unified Intelligence Task Force, his name, has been a major player in Doctor Who since the classic series, since the early in the, I would say since Troughton, right? Because that's where we saw them first. They became a main element in with Pertwee, obviously, but I think they were. Yeah, I think the template for Doctor Who was really stamped with the War Machines, where you had the Doctor helping out the military against some kind of scientific threat. Right. Again, that first was that cliffhanger episode 3 where the Doctor's standing proud and the arm is behind him and the War Machines come and they all run back and he's still standing there defiant. Oh, it's really good. See that was good. Doctor has been the organisation is an established part of the show's lore and introduced numerous beloved characters such as the Brigadier and his granddaughter Kate Stewart. I thought that was his daughter. Unfortunately, UNIT fell victim to Doctor Who's tendency to sacrifice story for political statements. They are just ranking on this Doctor Who now, right? It's open season. It's open season to say things that were forbidden, right? Remember they were verboten a little bit ago. Now they're compulsory. It's yes, everybody admits it now. It's just freaking ridiculous. Brigadier Kate Stewart. Unfortunately, unit fell. There's still hope that unit's revival in the future, but for now, but the organization fate is up in the air. We'll go and look at that new. After we read this, let's look at that new unit thing coming out from Big Finish, because I'm really not really into it. Right, I'm not really into it at all. They haven't really talked me around. In resolution, as the Dalek, actually, there's a few things I want to talk about in Big Finish. As the Dalek drives away in using Lynn's body, the Doctor calls unit for help. Yeah, I remember. But instead of Kate Stewart, represents the UK security helpline, answers the phone. The Doctor is extremely confused. Well, she's always confused. She's just an awful duffer moron. I'm sorry. But the representative explains that unit no longer exists due to funding withdrawals by UK's major international partners. In other words, Brexit has caused the dissolution of unit, an organization that the Doctor knows is vital to the protection of Earth. And yeah, I know it was dumb. It was speaking of dumb, 3 more paragraphs of this agony. Oh God. Idiots writing things like they know it. And they don't. There was little reason for Doctor Who to cut UNIT other than make an anti-Brexit political statement. This is like the 5th time he said it. While UNIT hasn't been featured in a single story of modern Who, it's served as a central part of episodes such as Sontaran Stratagem, Power of 3, and the Zygon Invasion version. The thing I hate about Sontaran Stratagem was the way they stopped the people. They beat the Earthmen, the art unit, is by making their guns not fire, which was just kind of lame, right? It was like, it just like, I may have the guns backfire or something, but if we saw more bang, it would have been better, right? It was just kind of lame. Even though for members of the Doctor Who team, who favor unit's dissolution, couldn't really been worth it. Now in exchange for a 2-minute throwaway scene about British politics, unit may never be featured in Doctor Who again. Yeah, okay. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party, Screentant. Are you jumping ship? What is okay? Whatever. Even if Doctor Who wanted to put an end to unit, the organization exit in resolution should have been more a major detail or episode focus. Instead, the story that pays homage to unit's characters and history, fans were given a forgettable phone conversation between. Yeah, it doesn't matter. None of this is real. It doesn't matter. You can redo all this somehow if they ever want to. Who knows if they will. Cutting unit is supposed to have the effect of fans being enraged at Brexit, instead in fact enraged at Chris Chibnall and his writing team. Yes, again, you would deny this vigorously. Remember when Eddie brought this up, you were like, oh, because you hate women. What? No, because this is shit. Like, can you just understand? It's garbage. If the scene between the Doctor and the telephone operator advanced the plot of the episode, there would have been some justification for unit's determination. Focusing longer on unit cut would have opened up a new storyline. Oh yeah. Listen, you actually started to write a better story, right? Like imagine the Doctor found unit and it was gone, right? And then had to put it back together somehow, right? That's a better story. Fortunately, there was hope for unit in Doctor Who 2021. Special hint of Torchwood might maybe make a return. Yeah, because I look, Chibnall, he could write Torchwood, which was a weird thing. He can't write this at all. And so there was. I should do a rewatch, right? Because I remember liking it. Maybe I was being generous. I don't know. Couldn't happen in Unit. In fact, bringing back Unit from the dead could be an exciting twist. That we like it. Oh God, leave me alone. I can't anymore. Okay, I got to the last paragraph. I didn't finish it. I listen. I'm only made of flesh and blood, right? There's only so much I can do, right? There's only so much I can withstand. It's too unbelievably torturous. But yeah, let's go to news. News. There's a few things I want to look at. There's let's look at that unit set. Space 99 came out, but I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. I'm tempted to get the Lady Christina set. I like the first one, but every time I look at it, I keep talking myself out of it. this new unit set. I don't know. It's not turning me on. As exclusive review on Doctor Who Magazine 562, Kate Stewart and her team are back up against bigger threats than ever, Unit Nemesis. So I don't know if they're all Ice Warrior stories or they're all special monster stories. So prepare to meet the enemies ancient and modern in these full cast dramas, including the Ice Warriors in a tale which sees Unit encounter military Martians for the first time. With the first volume set for release in November 2021, Unit Nemesis makes a brand new era for the Unit team and the beginning of a new 4-part box set Arc of Adventures. I know. I just like. I think it doesn't really like suck me in, right? It doesn't at all. Old favorites and new phases will team up from stations across the globe, including Kate Stewart, Osgood, of course, Josh Carter, Jackie McGee. There was a good color. Harry Sullivan and Naomi Cross. Harry Sullivan and Naomi Cross being Tom Baker's new companions in his next season or one after. I can't remember. Nemesis 1 is now available for pre-order. $20 download, 25 CD plus shipping, I think. The ancient artifact, the stone arch, anachronistically embedded with electric circuitry, is recovered from a rupture in an undersea stretch of mole lava group northwest Scotland, a geological feature dating back from tens of millions of years ago. Okay, Unit's investigation will unlock a link to another world and bring them face to face with the most powerful, with a new and powerful threat. Co-producer Emily Cook. Look, I like Emily Cook. I think she's done a lot of good. I just, it makes me worry because they said she was hired because of her identity. All right, she was in the right place and was hired because of her identity. She may be great. I don't know, and I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. I mean, she's done a lot of good fandom, but Doctor Who magazine equally bit garbage nowadays, right? I mean, it's like I don't know what to tell you. Doctor Who magazine went through a period of several years, clearly not liking us as fans, right? Not catering to us and treating us reasonably badly. And they've stopped that in very, very much short order, haven't they? Because they realize that they can't live without us, and they've alienated enough of us that they can't live with anymore. I think their circulation is holding steady. I believe at 1,600, right? Which is 400 a month, and 16,000, which is 4,000 a month, enough to avoid cancellation. I think when you get to the 12s, Panini cancels you, right? So they're holding. But they've realized that they have to start catering to our type of fan. And the last issue, the Unit book thing of that poster, everybody loved it, right? And I wish I read Unit book. Not Unit, the Target books when I was a kid, right? I really regret I didn't. It would have been like a lot better for me, had I done that. Fine, let's carry. So it says Unit Nemesis is like Unit's version of Avengers Assemble. Unit UK and Unit Australia join forces to counter Ice Warriors. Yeah, it's not sounding good. Meanwhile, as usual, Unit is investigating the unexpected submersible off the west coast of Scotland. Marine biologist Professor Adam Merchant discovers a large stone arch that has been buried for millions of years. Where does this arch come from, and where does it lead to? Unit is on the case. Unfortunately, somebody else is too. It's not tickling my fancy at all. Co-producer David Richardson added a new start, new year era for Unit, and the beginning of a 16-part epic that will see the return of popular monsters. But what is young Harry Sullivan doing here in the 21st century, and who is his colleague Naomi Cross there? The Fourth Doctor's companions in an upcoming series, I think next year or the year after. Unit Nemesis is a modern puzzle piece that's been planned for some time. That will last the coming years. Ugh. Really? Are you saying it's tied into the one? I don't know. Okay, let's have a look. See who's writing it. Okay, that's the next question. Andrew Smith, Lisa McCullen, John Dorney, Andrew Smith, Lisa McCullen. I don't know. John Dorney will take a punt on. Andrew Smith will take a punt on. Okay, if I see anything here that jumps out, I think she had the weakest story in both of these ones, right? And kind of got by it. That's why Stranded one. Yeah, like nothing is standing out to me like, going, yeah, this was really good. This was really good. Yeah, listen, I can think of John Dorney stories. I can think of Andrew Smith story. I can't think of like okay, she did Out of Time. I don't know. Look, Big Finish makes a big deal about hiring women. It's not good. It's not good. It's not a good thing. Fine. Let's look at this other new thing I want to talk about. It's so this is a spin-off of Blake 7. This is really pretty interesting. Yeah, it's terrible now, says Raymond Williams. Just like the TV says, yeah, well, because listen, but they've really turned themselves, or tried to turn themselves around. Unfortunately, they've alienated a lot of people that could very much help them, and they rely on people who are toxic, like Ben Cook, right? Sadly, people will not buy an issue because Ben Cook has a major feature in it, and that last feature was ridiculous. It was like 8, 9, 10 pages about this like minute and a half scene in It's a Sin of a fake Doctor Who story that never happened. Right? It was clever in terms of the plot, but like it's not worth 10 pages. Neither is the trailer for the season 8 Blu-ray. Okay, no, relax. It's not worth that. Okay, and I understand you guys don't know how to really fill it. Okay. Here's how you fill Doctor Who magazine, right? You allow both sides of the opinion table. All right, you don't go slagging off Doctor Who, right? You don't go. I understand that you can't slag off the current era. I understand that. However, you can talk about toxic fandom and how toxic fandom is. Right, and I think you should talk about it. And maybe have people from both sides of the equation there, right? It's the I think, and that maybe we should discuss things like, do we think The Timeless Child was was a benefit or a detriment to Doctor Who? Right? Has it helping Doctor Who? Why do the ratings matter? And you have both sides of the story. I don't think they're getting anything from Chris Chibnall, quite frankly. And I think you would have a lot more readership and a lot more material, like an actual material. And you can have disagreements about, less controversial things, right? But open it up, get out of your tiny little bubble of lovies, which is, and I see you lovies are doing your best. I can totally see it. Honestly, you need more diversity in opinion. That's what Doctor Who magazine needs. If it was so, this is not a remake of Blake 7. This is beyond the Liberator for Blake 7. This is a sideways story, like something in the same universe. So I don't know much about it. So let's read this right now. But I am tempted to get this right away, based on the strength of the creative team and how much they've delivered so far. Big Finish is delving deeper in the worlds of Blake 7 as Avalon takes center stage in 2 brand new volumes of this full cast audio drama. Focusing on a female hero, it's a bit done. I understand it's just a bit like, oh God, everything. Right? It's like it's okay in balance. Sadly, there is no balance, right? There's no. Like everything is a female lead or has like a kick-ass female from the future who's a bisexual, gender neutral, whatever. Like everyone, like all of them. Enough already. So that's at least it's Avalon and somebody who has a background with Doctor Who. So the first one is set for release in May 2021 and the second in June 2021. So it's both back-to-back releases. Each box set comprises of 3 stories featuring characters and voices that'll be familiar to Blake 7 fans, old and new. Well, not new. These adventures see Olivia Pillay return as the rebel leader who first appeared in the episode Project Avalon, played by Julia Vidler. So I got to rewatch that then. Olivia took the role for the 40th anniversary special, Blake 7, The Way Ahead, which was very, very good. the 3rd century of the 2nd calendar, Roger Blake is about to discover a powerful spaceship and spearhead a rebellion against a despotic federation. But he can't be everywhere at once. Although throughout the galaxy, brave people fight for freedom without the benefit of miraculous alien technology. I say the absence of the miraculous alien technology is a problem, right? I think it's they should have got something from Liberator or something. I think the lack of the alien technology is a problem. Like maybe they got some trillium cells or whatever, and they were starting to experiment making their own, life. Yeah, like that would be interesting. Yeah, if they had reverse engineered the Liberator and harvested some cells, and then created their own Zen, their own sentient craft, right? Or at least an attempt at that. Now I'm interested, right? Now I'm like, okay, and put teleporting in. I just feel that's a very important part of Blake 7. There was a Blake 7, Avalon 1 and Avalon 2 are now available pre-order as a collector's edition CD or digital download. And at the $17 each, producer Amos said, with Avalon, we go right back to the beginning of Blake 7 to discover what else was taking place. At the same time, Roger was being framed for the crime he didn't commit and exiled to the penal colony, Cygnus Alpha. I guess. Resistance Leader Avalon is brought to Earth by Jenna Starnes, to rekindle the fight against the Federation. A ruthless Captain Travis is okay. You're saying the right things. You're saying the right thing. This dispatch to quash the insurrection, but finds his actions in the past will come to haunt him. That's a good cast. Okay, yeah, I think you might just tipped it right there. It's been a great pleasure to explore Blake 7 universe beyond the Liberator, and once again work with Olivia Paulet. Who returns to the role of Avalon Nation, created a dark dystopian future, presents the opportunity to tell new stories from a different view. I guess I like the juxtaposition, right, of the dystopian Federation with the alien technology, the futuristic, like how they interplayed with each other, right? Wells and Blake. So are they just going to be doing Avalon ones? Let's have a look. Let's see who's writing them. Again, that's always a big question for me. Steve Lyons, Gary Russell, Trevor Baxendale. Okay, the three writers who have constantly knocked out at the park with Blake 7, right? Especially Trevor Baxendale and Steve Lyons. Let's see what Steve Lyons has written from Big Finish. The Restoration series, freaking incredible. Yeah, he was a part of it. Yeah, he is. He knows what he's doing. He knows his Blake 7. Yeah, okay, good pedigree. Look at that stuff. Steve Lyons and Gary Russell. I wonder he hasn't written for Blake for Doctor Who Big Finish for a long time, right? That's what I didn't realize he did a short story there. Wow. So this is his first thing he's written for them for quite some time. Interested to have him back, right? I mean, listen, he probably needed the work. COVID is hard for everyone. So that's volume 1. Let's have a look at volume 2. Steve Lyons, Neil Bushell. I don't know. These two names do not sound as familiar. Okay. I'm a bit nervous now. Not that many credits there. Niall. It's a weird spelled name. Niel. It's really weird. Christopher Cooper. Let's see what you've done. Okay. Fine. Listen, if you're in this box set, you're in this box set. You must know what you do. Okay. This wasn't bad either. I don't know which one you wrote in that. Upright. Fine. I just not sure about this Neil Bush now. Let me look her up. 1 second. I keep spelling it wrong. Neil Bush. What's it called again? Because it's Neil maybe it's just spelt wrong. Bush now. I don't know. Let's find out. See if we can see more about who this person. Oh no, they're a real person. It's a guy. Okay, let's have a look, see what he's done. Okay, so he's done a bunch of basically Blake 7 in audio. He's got a bunch of the Ark Ship Saga. That seems to be his thing. And he also wrote the Timesmith Chronicles. Whatever. He's a writer, right? He's a writer. Looks like he knows what he's doing. Yeah. So yeah, I would take a punt on that. Okay, yeah, I think they took me around. I think I would take. He's got. Let's have a look at the production credits as well. Yeah, again, you just got to scan for diversity hires. It's really bad that you got to do that. Oh, and that's Avalon, and we haven't got a full cast yet. But okay, I like having Travis in it. That does bring me on, right? That does totally bring me on board. Let's see what the chat said about it. Later, garbage hit the road. Yeah, I think I'll be hitting the road. I mean, I'm kind of hungry. BBC will ruin it. Yeah, please don't bring back Blake 7. Just have just a big finish to it, right? Yeah, so fine. Okay, so what else was on that thumb? Let's have a look again. John Bishop, done that. Screen Rant, done that. WandaVision, haven't seen it yet. Superman and Lois, we talked about that. Snowpiercer, I think I'll talk about another day. It's been an hour and a half. Yeah, it's time for bed. It's time for dinner and bed. I think that sounds the way to go. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. That would be fan dabby double dozy. We do like that. We do enjoy the subscribe button. We enjoy the like button. Yeah, see, we can fondle that gently. That is very nice. Let's just before we leave, I think we just have another look at the male gaze, because male gaze, something wonderful. It's been much maligned and just needs to be celebrated. It's the nippage there is glorious. Keeping the British end up. We do love that. We do indeed love that. But really, look at this piece of artwork again. That's a nice Tom. That's a nice Tom Baker. I'm just gonna play with the placement of the head a bit and make it a little bit more. I touched up his work before. I have basic idea what I can do about it, but it's nearly there. It's like very, very nearly there. I might do the same thing with this. Give it more of a darker join there to describe her face a little bit more clearly. But boy, did he nail her body perfectly, right? And that's just absolutely perfect. Dominic knows what he's doing, and I am sensing strong emotions, Captain. Fine, I'm going to hit the Ember Allcast button, and I'm going to hit it again. Wizzy